I'm going to show you exactly how to upgrade any Capital One credit card, and this may be your last chance. Listen, a lot of people go to Capital One because they can't get approved by anyone else, or they have a major financial setback and they need to rebuild their credit. And honestly, that's a great choice. A lot of people are not going to admit that. They're going to try to push you to other credit cards. But it's important to understand why Capital One is so valuable, because they're one of the top 5 lenders in the United States, alongside Citibank, Discover, American Express, and Chase Bank. And having these banks on your credit profile shows other lenders that you're a responsible borrower. And the crazy part, even if you've burned a relationship with Capital One before, they will still let you come back. I know that's crazy, but it's a fact. So on today's video, I'm breaking down how to upgrade your Capital One credit card, the exact steps to follow, and the mistakes you must avoid, and a special upgrade method that avoids a hard inquiry. But before we jump into this, I want to really tell you exactly how important this is, because if you've been living under a rock, Capital One did in fact purchase Discover Bank, and they are in the middle of the largest merger in American history in the credit card industry. And what's going to happen is a lot of things are going to change with Capital One and Discover Bank. And one of the biggest ones is they're not going to allow you to upgrade these credit cards very much longer. So if you have a beginner starter card with Capital One, or just a credit card you're not happy with, this is going to be the video that you want to watch all the way to the end, because if you don't upgrade very soon, you're probably not going to have a chance very much longer. But before we move on to anything else, I need you to understand these 3 rules. These are based on real experience and not theory. I personally had a Capital One Platinum card for years, and of course I made mistakes that kept me stuck. So let me make sure that you don't do the same. Now, there are going to be 3 very important steps to this video that you do not want to miss. And of course, I'm going to show you after that exactly how to do the upgrade with no hard inquiry. Now, step 1 is the most crucial. Do not accept a second card from Capital One. Yes, let's repeat that again. Do not accept a second card offer. You're going to get it in the mail. You're going to get it by email. Capital One will often try to offer you a second credit card before upgrading the current one that you have. But do not take it. And of course, the biggest question is, but why? Because you only get to have 4 Capital One credit cards max with Capital One. And listen, that does not count what we call co-branded credit cards. Co-branded credit cards do not act the same in the ecosystem, so it doesn't count those. Well, technically, yes and no. I know that sounds crazy, but it's kind of weird. I don't really want to jump into it, but just understand that. So if you take a new card, you may lose your chance to upgrade from your original one. You could get stuck with a low tier card forever. Now, listen, I'm gonna say, as I said in other videos, there is no such thing as a bucket system. It doesn't exist. It's the fact that you're not building and establishing the relationship properly with Capital One. That's the real issue. But before I forget, it's also very important to understand that authorized user accounts also count towards your 4 card limit. Yes, if you're added to an authorized user Capital One credit card, it will count against you. It counts as one of your credit cards. Ask me how I know. I was added to my wife's credit card a long time ago and I had no idea. And then Capital One told me, oh yeah, you've reached your max, sir, because you're on as an authorized user. I was like, well shit, pull me off. And they're like, oh well, she has to do it for you. I was like, okay, I'll get her to pull me off that credit card then. So if you're over the limit, you'll get denied even for premium cards that you actually do qualify. So understand, even the reconsideration line won't help you much there. The bottom line is protect your 4 slots and don't waste them. But of course, people are gonna say, but I already took the second card offer, what do I do? You have the choice. You can close it, and understand if you close it, it may have a negative impact on your credit profile, or you can try to upgrade that one after you upgrade your first credit card. We wanna start with our oldest Capital One credit card, and then work to upgrade the next one after we've built up that first one. I hope that makes sense. Now, step 2, the most valuable thing that everyone skips out there, they wanna tell you about you're stuck in a bucket, but they don't wanna teach you how to build your relationship correctly. This is where most people are gonna mess up. If you want an upgrade, you need to show low risk behavior. So this is exactly what not to do. Don't carry balances month after month. Don't max out your card and then report it maxed out. Don't look like you're a high-risk borrower, because Capital One is in fact one of the largest lenders and it's the #1 subprime lender. That's exactly why they are very sensitive to risky behavior. What you want to do is keep your balances low, pay off consistently, and show discipline for at least 6 to 8 months ideally 6 to 12 at the most. But the secret here is to always report a zero balance. And that leads us to step number 2, report a zero balance. This is the most critical thing that all these amateurs on social media won't tell you about. I call this the most important hack because a lot of people have no idea that this is a method. You need your card to report zero balance to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And here's how. Number 1, you find your statement closing date. Number 2, pay your balance 2 days before that statement closing date. Step 3, stop using the card for 5 to 7 days after your closing date hits. And of course, the big question is why? Because it takes time for the payments to clear. This ensures your statement reports zero balance. This is what Capital One wants to see. Control plus low utilization equals low risk. You are a responsible borrower now. And don't come into the comments telling me, no, you need to report a balance because it's going to show that you're actually using the credit card. No, we're not going to report balances because that means that we owe money and that means that we're going to pay interest. We don't pay interest to the bank. I'm not trying to give anybody any free money. Why would you? So let's stop taking that old aged advice that doesn't work because as a matter of fact, you don't have to have a credit card to have a high credit score either. So the theory that you have to carry a balance to have a high credit score is a complete lie made by a bunch of amateurs that don't look at thousands of credit reports and don't help people truly fix their credit scores. Unfortunately, they're just regurgitating information that they heard somewhere else. Now moving on to step number 3, understand Capital One's credit card tiers. This is where people get mixed up and they call them buckets. No, Capital One has credit card tiers. So before upgrading, you need to understand the ecosystem and go to the Capital One website and look at all their credit cards. You're gonna look at the starter cards are gonna be your secured platinum, R for bad credit, and then your unsecured platinum. Yes, there's different versions of it. I promise you, it's wild. And then you have your cashback credit cards, which is your Quicksilver, and they have multiple versions of that based on your credit level, meaning your credit profile and what they feel that you're ready for. Then you have the Savor and the Savor One, which is great for dining and Uber Eats perks. But I can't remember if they closed one of the Savor cards and kept the Savor One. I can't remember. Just being honest with you. But a major pro tip here is Savor One offers up to 10% cash back on Uber Eats at their peak offer times. Usually they do it about once a year. And then Capital One has their travel cards that are the Venture line. You have the Venture One for good credit, the Venture for excellent credit, and then the Venture X is their premium credit. The Venture X is a top tier travel credit card and a long-term goal. Meaning if you're gonna get this, you have to travel because it has an annual fee. A lot of their credit cards that are middle tier don't have any annual fees. That's a plus. But it's important to understand that each card is designed for a specific credit profile, so you need to choose wisely. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Luis. Luis's credit score went up 261 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Jency's credit score went up 225 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget James. James's credit score went up 207 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast's link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. So let me give you a quick little scenario. You may switch over to the Venture One, and then the Venture One goes to the Venture, or the Venture to the Venture One, depending on where you start. But you go up that tier to get to the Venture X, unless you have a great established relationship with Capital One and you have top tier credit, and you could just skip to the Venture X. But you can go in tiers. You can go actually upgrade to the next card. Now the part you've been waiting for, how to actually upgrade with no hard inquiry. Here's the part that most people don't know. You do not call Capital One to upgrade because they will do a hard inquiry. Let me repeat that. Do not call Capital One to do an upgrade. You will get a hard inquiry and that's not necessary. Instead, you use a secure upgrade link. It's gonna be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments. This is a secure Capital One website link. So I don't know how much longer it's gonna last, to be honest with you. I've been holding on to this link for over 6 years and it still actually works. Last part's the most important. Now what you do is you log into your account and then you view available upgrade options after you select the card that you want. Then you confirm that you actually want that specific card that you want to upgrade. And then there's no hard inquiry and there's an instant decision. Now, one or two things is they're going to tell you, congratulations, you've upgraded this card to whatever card that they offered you. They may offer you one card, they may offer you two cards to choose from, so just be aware. Or you might get completely rejected. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. They're gonna send you an email or a letter in the mail and let you know why you were not available for an upgrade and why they decided to not upgrade you. Read the letter and just follow the instructions and fix exactly what they tell you to fix. But the key here to understand is, if you're not using your credit card, why would they want to give you a newer credit card? Why would they want to increase your credit limit? So you have to use it. And I'm not saying to get yourself in debt. Do not do that. Use it for simple things like your gas and then pay it off in a couple of days. Always have your auto payment to pay off the credit card in full every single month and never carry a balance. Because remember, the relationship with Capital One is all about trust. We want them to trust us that we're never gonna get in debt because, listen, they're a subprime lender, meaning they hand out credit cards to a lot of people with bad credit, so they're used to people actually defaulting. So we want to show them that we're a responsible, low-risk borrower. That's going to cause them to want to offer you and upgrade your credit card. So simply, you can also use it for your gas, your light, your water, utilities. Put some things on auto payment that you're already paying for, your Netflix, your Hulu. I think you understand it at this point, right? Now, if this actually worked for you, drop your upgrade in the comments because I want people to share your data points to help the community. It's just that simple. Now, we've covered how to upgrade your Capital One credit card, the mistakes to avoid, which are huge, and the exact strategy to make this happen with no hard inquiry. And if you have any collections, charge-offs, or negative items that you need to delete from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here because it's gonna show you how AI will do all the work for you, mails your letters, and comes with the 110% money-back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.